Hey there, how's it going? It's March. I was about to say February. March 7th, 2011. Close to 11 p.m. Where have I been? It's a good question. Um, where have I been? I've been to London and back again. No, I have not been to London. I wish. No, I have been. Whoa. Okay, so where to start exactly? But, brand new haircut. I keep forgetting that, I see people that I haven't seen in a while, and they're like, and I'm like, what's happening? And it's like my hair. It's my hair. There's no hair back there. It's just all poofy. My haircut is inspired by Ramona Flowers. That's correct. Done by my wonderful friend who is an amazing artist in general in all aspects, from drawing to sculpting to stuff. Lots of stuff. Amazing, so amazing. Um, so let's see. Let me just start with the present, basically. Um, I'm doing okay. I have been. I know that I go through these like cycles where I feel like I can take on the world, and so I do. And then I just like get so overwhelmed with this organization doing that, planning this event, going around, going to work, and sleeping, eating, all that good stuff. And then I start to like not really take care of myself. I start to just not get burnt out. I just don't spend any time with my own self and like making sure that I have fun and rest more regularly. So I end up binge sleeping, binge this, binge that, and it's not good. It's not good. So a few weeks ago I had pneumonia, and that was rough. Really rough. And I think that was the tail end when I stopped recording videos, and I couldn't really record without coughing. So it was that cold that turned into pneumonia. Um, so in the past 3 weeks or so, I've not smoked a cigarette. It's been 3 weeks. I'm so proud of myself. I've also quit pneumonia for 3 weeks. Um, so yeah, I've been kind of backing off. There's been a lot of things that have been really intense and really great. But let's see what's happened. 3 weeks ago, Asheville passed a wonderful resolution called the Resolution for the Equality of All Asheville Citizens, which included multiple provisions. And I'm sure if you Google that, you'll find more information. But basically, it's like the next step, or the first step rather, heading towards an ordinance, and then hopefully maybe heading into something statewide. So, anyways, it includes protection in terms of like working and hiring practices for LGBTQ, as well as um, expanding other things like a domestic partner registry and recognizing um, same-sex marriages or domestic partnerships, um, all sorts of things, an anti-bullying clause, which would be in place in all public um, city institutions like schools and work and everywhere. So that's fantastic because schools really need something like that. Um, so I'm not privy at the moment to where things stand as far as where like the movement is going to take itself. Um, but it is all very fascinating, very cutting edge, and definitely like this is all wonderful in terms of like accomplishing something that wasn't like in people's imaginations 5+ years ago. It just wasn't a possibility. So city councilors are amazing. They're the ones who passed it. The mayor was kind of dragging her feet with it, and I think she didn't want to make a decision saying no, I'm completely against this whole resolution, but at the same time really feeding in and um, following in line with her constituents, who are mostly conservative folk. But I personally feel like she's in the closet about queer folks. It's just my opinion. She's in the closet. So, I'm realizing I'm not making any eye contact with the camera. It's been that long, I'm like, because I'm so like, am I looking at the camera? No. Am I looking at the camera? Yes. Am I looking at the camera? So, sorry about that. Kind of rude of me. So yeah, there's that resolution that passed, and had helped out with that a little bit. And what else has happened? Oh yeah, also homecoming parade at UNCA. So my organization that I am like so proudly a part of. We entered the homecoming parade and had a float. Everyone was a part of it, and we won first place, best in show. Yeah. Our organization is kind of, for a long time we've been known as like the goth kids of student organizations, because like we focus on a lot of very human political aspects, centralizing. No, I can't find a word. Particularly, specifically, that's the word I was looking for. Around immigration rights, immigrant rights. In particular, education is our big focus. So, anyways, so we normally don't do things like that, so it's really nice. Just kind of like dipping our feet in that. And not only did we do that, we like won first place. Sorry, first place. Booyah. So that was fun. I got to stand on the back of a giant truck and play a djembe and dance. And our organization is going to be on the homecoming parade plaque, or cup rather. It's so awesome. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about glory. That's what about anything's about, is just glory. It's just, if you're not doing it for glory, then don't do it. I wouldn't do it. Eat your ramen noodles for glory. Drink a glass of orange juice for glory. So that's pretty much some of the things that have happened a few weeks ago. Still, oh yeah. So a while back, I also got an email from Kat, aka my ex, aka that's not her real name, Kat. Actually, it was a really interesting email. I'd sent one a while back, basically saying that, I like to take responsibility for any of my own shortcomings, but also my main focus for writing this is just that I'd like to leave the door open for friendship, and at the very least, just to have like a civil acknowledgement that that's just it, like that if we see each other, that's just it. So like if we happen to see each other at the grocery store, it's like you don't have to like walk around and like go through that aisle and then weave around and then like leave your shopping cart and go to the bathroom, not like that. So although that sounds like kind of fun, but anyways, so she replies, oh yeah, it was nice getting to know you, and I wish you luck with your next relationship when you're ready for it. Just so you know what state I'm in, I've moved on, and I'm dating someone now. We dated 6 years ago, and he kind of fell back into my life again. So, yeah. A lot of information that I wasn't necessarily requesting, but it was kind of like an extra closure. It's like when you go to McDonald's, for instance, and you get something supersized. I got a supersized closure right there. Supersized. It's like I I know about the closure part because I kind of broke up with you. I mean, not to brag. I'm just saying I did. It kind of happened. Um. So yeah, I just so that's that. Super duper closure. It's just kind of strange because it's like one of the um, nice things about, say, for instance, like knowing that someone kind of cared is that they kind of spent some time grieving or quote unquote like just having no zone, no nothing time zone, just like it's just nothing, just a little break, a little like memory, commemoration. So, I mean, she should do exactly what she should do. And so basically for me, it was just kind of like, oh, this whole idea of like you wanting me to move in and like the two of us like being like together after you leave for a year of like all this other work. It's just like, I can't trust you. It's just like, it's just so not cool. Like, don't, it just, that's the part that freaked me out. It's just like the idea of inviting me so deeply into her life and then quickly disposing of me. Um, it just seems kind of strange. So I called out her bluff and I walked away. And she was kind of expensive anyways, so I mean, it's like, paid for Chinese food and dinner and your gas. It's just like, it was like having a child, like, without the benefit of having a child. So, anyways, I went there. I know, I went there. Um, I think I'm allowed to. This is my own channel. This is my own friggin' YouTube channel. I'm gonna go there. Uh, I'm not bitter. So, even ask Puppy. Puppy, am I bitter? Puppy was like, you never came home. You never came home. So, let's see, what else has been happening? So that was supersized enclosure. Um, yeah, I've just been like backing off a bit because I got this haircut. Greatly because I wanted something new and snazzy. And I wanted something with attitude. So, attitude. But I was really feeling a lot of intensity and a lot of pressure with longer hair. Like I felt like there was a lot of pressure to maintain this very feminine presentation, and I don't know. I guess I was just really tired of people telling me like, oh, you're beautiful, and then that's it. Like, conversations stop right there. There's no further dialogue. It always stops at that point where it's just like, I look attractive, and then, and I'm realizing a lot of people don't really, I don't know, like, a lot of people don't really get to just make that effort to see me as somebody who's like, read books, writes poetry, sings and plays music, um, thinks, It's just like, I'd like for people to get to know me um, for my brains. Because, I mean, gender's cute and all, and physical appearances, whatevs. But the truth is, it's like, what is underneath all of that? What's underneath the hood of, like, the brain? Or in the brain, rather. And, yeah, it's just, like, kind of getting frustrating. It's like, I appreciate it, because, like, as a trans woman, I need a lot of support, and like I need a lot of like little boosts for my self-confidence. There's no doubt about that, and I feel like that's the difference between having had a very bitter experience versus not a very bitter experience. I've had a very like I've had a lot of struggles, a lot of struggles, but at the same time, like the kindness from people in terms of like the compliments and such, they've been very, very crucial. But I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm I understand my privilege. I won't like deny that. I won't deny the privilege of like a certain aesthetics standard and like meeting it and sometimes going above it. So I don't want to like rule that out. But I am like I do feel kind of lonely with the fact that like people don't really get to know what my interests are, who I be with, what numbers to dial. No one's calling my crew, and I'm not calling my crew because we're not rendezvousing around. Okay, that's enough. Um, but still, it's just like there's just not that. So I was just like, fuck that, because like, had my friend cut my hair, and because I mean, at heart, I'm like a techie, geeky, comic-y, sci-fi, fantasy, loving trans woman, dweeb, thesaurus, tomboy. It's like it's kind of funny. It's like born physically with male parts, with the spirit of a woman. So I have to like jump over there, and then like tomboy is like somewhere in between. So it's just sort of like playing a game of gender twister. It's like I'm like doing that. Like, how would you identify in terms of your gender and your gender expression? Like that, like that. But that's what makes me happy, and that's where I'm at. I am a trans woman tomboy, and that's how I roll. And I'm very femish too. So using all these labels, so it's like snap, add an extra thing, and then puppy is just like, what's going on? What's going on? Ah. Anyways, uh, so yeah, it's just been frustrating because there's a lot of like weight on that gender expectation. It's just like I don't know. It's like I feel like my body is like belonging more and more to others, and as a trans person, my body already is in this like I want to use the word corridor because I saw it today. I'm gonna use it right now. Corridor, where it's like it's under analysis and it's always under scrutiny all the time, and it's like it already like part of my like self-image already belongs to other people, and I have to fight to keep getting it back, and then there's that pushing. So that's where like the physical aesthetics come in, like that I am attractive and but we're taking back, we're taking some of your confidence. So there's that constant struggle back and forth, and then like, are you a woman? You're not a woman. Yes, I'm a woman. Like back and forth, and then on top of that, it's like when I do, there are all these like different pistons kind of fluctuating, and there are just moments where it's not like as if things aren't like, for instance, it's like attractive, and then like passing, and then like, oh, now that I'm passing, it's like I'm being misogynized. It's just like whoo. Yeah, it's just like one, two, three, and it's just like it. It's just like I finally climb up all these tiers of like just trying to be myself, and then I finally get up there, and then I'm like knocked back down because it's just like level 1. Oh, I can handle level 1 today. Level 2. Okay, this is kind of tough. Level 3, and it's just like, is King Koopa trying to attack me? So it's just like that, but like a really hard King Koopa, like the Super Mario 3 King Koopa. Yeah, he was pretty hard. But it is frustrating. It's like just trying to be all these things while myself, and then I'm placed into these different categories, and it's like if I roll into one difficulty into the next. So I'm just like chop off that, and I'm like gonna be a little edgy, gonna be like Gonna be elusive, gonna like back off, gonna be myself, gonna find myself, gonna recover, recharge, regenerate, rejuice. That's right, rejuice. Word of the week, rejuice. I don't know what it means. So, I don't know. Have you all felt like that? Like, regardless of where you identify on like the gender spectrum, the lighter or the darker spectrum. Um, inside joke, really inside joke. Um, I was okay. I'll let you inside that joke. In that joke, I was making a euphemism for saying people of color because I find that euphemism to be very like, played out. It's very played out. So instead of people of color, I said people who are on the darker spectrum. Oh snap! I'm so not getting the NAACP award one day. One day. One day. Um, but it is true. People on the slightly darker spectrum. People of color. Um, I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Inside joke. Too inside. Too inside. So, yeah, and there's all these other intersections too. Just like misogynizing, being misogynized, and then race, and then all sorts of different things. But it is amazing though how a haircut will change people's attentions and perspectives of me. I was talking to my dearest uh, former love of my life, still wonderful friend, um, who I don't have a name for. Um, I will I will call her the mad scientist. Why I don't know, because it's another inside joke that I'm just gonna keep between her and myself, her and me, her and me, her and me. Kermit the Frog. Um, but she was mentioning to me, the mad scientist, um, that there's a point in her life where she had dreadlocks just for like backing off and just wanting people to look at her in a very gender neutral kind of way. Didn't work. Short hair, long hair, all sorts of different styles, and it just turns out that like it just filters out the people that kind of make those moves, that level of assertion. It's like, oh, from this area for this haircut, it's like over here, and that haircut, it's over there. But it's still the same situation with people always like asserting themselves in places where they're not wanted, and that's another huge thing for me is just like I don't want to be treated as a sexual object, an object of sexual nature. Um, I may be foxy sometimes. Um, but at the same time, I just would like for some freedom to shape my identity of how I'm received based on the content of my soul. So that would be nice. I think we're all aiming for that. Like everyone, every age group, every denomination of denominating, like everyone. That's what everyone wants. Is just to be looked at and treated for the content of their soul. Because that would change everything. People would start having soul babies and having soul picket fences and soul 2.5 dogs. Or 2.5 children. And a dog. Anyways. So I've been just backing off from people a lot. It just gets really intense, like being around people, because I love it. I love it a lot. Like I'm definitely an extrovert, and then I'm like an introvert. I'm like very one way or the other. And I definitely go through my cycles. So I'm in more of my introverted cycle right now. where I'm happy watching Dexter and eating at home and kind of just working things out and saving money. So, but what else has been happening? I had an amazing panel at a public charter school. I was part of a panel of 3 folks, spoke to 90 something ish, I think, maybe less, definitely less, yeah. The attendance wasn't as high, but a lot of like the entire 8th grade basically of this school. I'm talking about trans issues and our own personal histories, and I feel like the last time I did this, back in October, there was the emphasis of the anti-bullyingness going on, and that kind of got diffused this time around, which is a little bit like disheartening, because it's like I think that that's very culturally relevant to 8th graders and very timely. I like to, my style of telling stories is, if I find something that has to do with like my own transiness, I like for that story to tell it in a way with which people can kind of relate to it in all denominators. The Z at the end. Like when people sometimes feel like they're kind of nervous or timid or like feel embarrassed about using the wrong pronoun. Like I talk about this story when I was at the airport and just bring up little elements, and it's really funny. I think I may have told that story. I'll probably save it for another time. But if I haven't already, yeah. But no, I have mentioned it. But I'll mention it again because I'm forgetful. I'm getting forgetful. It's weird. I never forget. I don't know what happened. I just started. That's my Batman voice. Okay. No dating. Awesome. It's great. Just dating myself. Got some clothes at Goodwill last week. Work has been good. Work has been great. Like, I don't know. Like, that's weird. Weird. Work has been enjoyable. Like, I enjoy it. Like, I'm so happy that I'm not like I do fill in for like my old job of like cleaning and maintaining the building at the co-op, but I don't have to do that now. It's more optional. So if I want more hours, that's what I would do. But in the meantime, it's just like what I'm doing now is just like working with database coordinating. It's so awesome. I'm just like, I get to like just, I don't know, it's just nice being able to like sit down at a desk and like plug away at things. Because like with facilities, my old position, always moving, very achy, just always like lifting things and moving about. And now it's like I can just be like chilling here, drinking coffee, and just like working away, and using my brain. It's a huge aspect of the job that I love. Like it's like and love at the same time. Love. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, that's pretty much the word. The video is about 30 minutes almost, so I'll wrap up now. So yeah, I will be back on track with recording more regularly and shorter videos. I'm not sure what you like, if you like longer videos or shorter videos, but I did have an idea. I know that folks are really busy and that it's hard to actually just like sit down and watch a video. And some of you like watch my videos and kind of have it in the background while you're doing other things. So I was thinking of an idea of like, maybe kind of coming up with a more radio station like format, like a little bit of like NPR but like sexier or something, format where it's like just audio, which I feel like would be a nice complement to my video journal or my vid journal. And I don't know, I'm not sure exactly how to do all that stuff, podcasting and whatnot, But I'm very intrigued. I'll definitely Google it. I'll find it. I know my younger brother does podcasts and such, so he should know. But I think that would be a really, really fun way to just talk about specific topics, stay on track, interview folks, and put together pieces in a more graceful, artful, informative way. And also, too, like, it gives me more space because I like, oops, I I think I'm just gonna mention it in this video. My voice is something that I know is kind of on the fence. Like, people don't complain about it. Like, it's just, it's like somewhere on the line in terms of gender. It's like it's very suited to me. Like, I refuse to like feminize my voice and sound like that. Wasn't really good. I don't really know how to like feminize my voice other than just speak. I just feel like that's all I can do is just speak. And props to people who can like feminize their voice in a way that sounds like it's very feminine, very, very feminine. Um, I sound like I'm from Quebec, but I say that. Anyways, no offense to people from Quebec. I love you, all four of you that watch me there. Um, no, but seriously, Quebec is like. I wish more people from Quebec would watch my videos. But yeah, but at the same time, like, my voice, I feel like, can go into different places. It's very, very flexible. In fact, I can sound a lot more feminine, but at the same time, it's like, as soon as I think about it, I back off. And I go back into, like, the like, safe zone of, like, just having a more neutrally kind of voice. So, with a radio show, podcasting, I feel like it's just you hear my voice, and like without the visual attachment, I'm like now I'm setting off these little things in my head as to how I should speak. It gives me a little more freedom to play with my voice and to be, you know, I don't know. It's just a little less pressure. It's strange. It's very strange. Voice is a very like it hits to the core of people's self-confidence, like their sensitivity. Like if you walked up to somebody and said, "I don't like your voice," they'd be like, so yeah, it's true. So I don't know. Ideas, suggestions. I am so more than welcome because I love the whole idea of using webinology uh, for the advancement of um, my voice and face on the internet and spreading the good word of transgendered people everywhere. So I'm going to end my video here, and I will try to do my best to stay on track with videos because I know that there are folks who tune in and it's like, I respect y'all. I want to like keep it down, but I definitely there are moments though where I kind of flip out and I'm like get in front of the camera and I'm like, "Oh my god. I look hideous." And like I'll record for a minute or like maybe like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, even 30 minutes and stop it and be like, I don't want that going on the internet. I look gross. And then I'll record another one 15 minutes long. No, I sound like a frog. I don't want that. And then I record another one. I'm like, fuck, I hate videos. And then I'll do it again, a minute long, and we like stare at the camera and try to adjust my hair, my face. And then, yeah. So, there was a while I was doing that, and I just felt gross. And at that point, I knew that I was having my time of the month. And that is true. I do get my time of the month. I get my messing. I don't have the cervical business going on, but I do have everything else. Whoa, it's intense. Anyways, I do get cramps too, but they're different. Like they're more intestinally based, which is frustrating, because I feel like I ate like I feel like I ate like my keys or something. It's just not. Anyways, so I've been doing that back and forth, just like I feel gross. I don't want to go in front of the camera. No, I don't want anyone to look at me. So it does take a lot of strength to just keep making these videos and stay on track, and then at the same time also trying to provide content. Sorry, I'm a provider. I'm also self-medicating you. Um, but it's yeah, it takes a lot, so I try my best. Um, anyways, I hope you're all doing well. I know that last note is I've been having a lot of financial difficulty. It's been really, really tough trying to make it every single month, every week, and it hasn't I haven't hit this close to like really literally by definition, like textbook definition of month to month. Whew, it was a really intense 28th into March 1st, I have to say that. But things are starting to turn around. So I just want to say, like, props to all of you who are, everyone, doing your best, trying to make it, and holding it down, because that's all you can do, is just hold it down. And sometimes it's a little bit of waiting things out, and part of it, of course, is just keeping an eye out for better opportunities. So I hope you're all doing well and hanging in there, and like for folks who are in the queer community, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to just be able to just do the 9 to 5, if you can find something that's 9 to 5, to be able to just make it through the day. So thinking of you, and I hope you're all hanging in there. Everyone across the board and on the other side. Alright. Take care. Thanks for watching.